Hello everyone, it's Lindsay and welcome back to this channel and welcome to this week's writing vlog. This is my first day of the 75 hard challenge. Oh my gosh. If you missed my announcement video, I will link it down below, above, wherever. So you can see my plans for the next 75 days where I am doing like a full life upheaval challenge. I have goals based around diet, exercise, personal development, mental development, and of course writing. As I mentioned in that video, I have been getting so many people involved in doing the challenge with me, both in my real life with my husband, my critique partner, all of the girls that I just went on a retreat with, and like a good amount of my patrons are also involved. So if you want to join the challenge and you need some like personal accountability, you need to check in with somebody every day, consider joining the Patreon. We'll all be in there together because I have a feeling we're going to need each other. Now, while I might not be vlogging every single week in one of these big videos like I am now for the first week, I am every night doing a video sit down. What do they call it in reality TV? A confessional room situation where I'm just like in front of the camera just for like a minute or so explaining my day, how I felt about hitting the goals, where I'm feeling emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever. And I will be compiling all of these videos over the weeks and hopefully by the end of this challenge making some kind of fun condensed start to finish video. But for the first week, just a typical vlog where you can see it all kicked off, where the emotions are going to be high, where the drive is going to be high, and we'll see how we feel exactly 1 week from now. Now it is 2:14, so I officially started this challenge at 7 a.m. this morning. So I'm gonna send you back to past me and get started. Hello everyone, good morning and welcome to the first day of the 75-hour challenge. Can you tell it's 7 a.m. and I'm not used to waking up this early? But I did it. I did it. I will get to knock off that first check box. First of all, let's work on getting our water in. I wanted to chat a little bit about what I wanted to achieve by the end of this challenge. First of all, in 75 days, I want my sleep schedule, my clock on work schedule, and my stop eating by this point diet schedule, I guess, to be regulated, which would be great because right now none of those things are. Writing wise, my goal for the end of the year is to have Project Pyro, which is my YA thriller, on submission. And to get there, I need to have the current draft I'm on, which is draft 3, finished. Send to betas, the betas read over it, I incorporate their feedback, do another couple of cleanups or whatever, and then yeah, send it to Samantha, and then we do the same thing with her, and then she decides when we're ready to go on sub. And then Grandmother's Guide, I will be seriously drafting that book at this point. That's really exciting. That's what I have to look forward to at the end of these challenge days. And for the nonfiction goal, I'm gonna have a nonfiction book read by the end of this challenge, which is awesome. It's almost kind of like accidentally with me only reading 10 pages, right? Because I probably would have continued to put my nonfiction books off. So by reading 10 pages a day, I'm forcing myself to get this book done when I wouldn't have otherwise. And then health-wise, I mean, I'm really hoping, and I know if I continue with this, you know, body program, my muscle mass is going to increase and probably my fat mass is going to decrease. I'm more interested in the muscle mass because I want to be a muscle mommy. My normal workout schedule is like 2 weightlifting days a week and then 3 3-mile hikes, and I'm going to be doing weightlifting 4 to 5 days a week, so that's going to be like double. I'm going to check in one day looking like The Rock and you guys are going to know what to do with me. We can already go ahead and check off a couple things. I was definitely out of bed by 7 and I did clock on by 8 because I'm already filming, so this is work. 2 already down. Killing it. Amazing. I just got done with finishing up the publishing trends. It's 10:30 now, but it did take a while because I got distracted by 2 of the articles. I always am looking for articles to also touch on in the videos to kind of like, you know, talk about like things happening in the publishing community. Scholastic, apparently they are consolidating their book fairs and their clubs, which clubs and fairs, fairs is in the schools, literally the book fair, and then the clubs is the like little pamphlet magazines that you would usually send out. Beforehand, those were separate entities along with like trade sales. Trade sales are like to bookstores, to Barnes & Noble, Amazon, places like that. So those were all 3 separate businesses, and now they've combined them. I quickly sent that to my agent and I was like, hey, what does this mean for me? Especially since in our talks with Scholastic, when we were going over, you know, making our Bitter Bones contract, the big thing was we were doing paperback in the fairs, and they really wanted to run Bitter Bones hard in the fairs. So I'm like, okay, what does this mean now that it's being combined with everything else? I still need to get in my 4 hours of writing, and I want to get that done before my husband gets home, because when my husband gets home, that is when we are doing our workout. And I just know from experience, trying to write after a workout is kind of miserable. But I still really need to film a like wrap-up clip for my writing retreat that I was on last week. I might go try to do that really quickly. But I will say, I mean, normally at 10:30, I'm in my like first hour of work. This is great. I've got my publishing trends done. I've talked to multiple groups of people. I've sent a panic email to my agent. I've started a vlog. I'm 2.5 bottles into my water. So I mean, like, we're killing it so far. Update. So I kind of messed up. In the middle of my sprint, I got up and went to the bathroom, and I did pause it like I was supposed to. And then I came and sat back down, and I forgot to unpause it while I was working. This timer actually needs to run another like 30 minutes because I got like 30 minutes of work in. But I'm basically 2 hours already into the 4 hours that I need. I'm gonna take a break because of things in this novel. I just spent a majority of that 2 hours reading eugenics documents. So that was not super fun, nor light. It was not light reading. I'm gonna go have lunch and maybe watch some goofy YouTube video or something. I don't know, maybe listen to my book. I'm having so much fun listening to my book right now. It's What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. It is basically like The Mummy, but like for a YA audience. And I'm having so much fun.
Chauncey Mose, can you settle down so I can film, please? Can you settle down? Thank you. I have to put the camera right here. Maximus, what are we gonna do with your brother? Oh, I hope you just heard that entire massive fart. That was 100% Chauncey. We heard that. We caught your shame on camera. Just got done filming. The great thing about this challenge so far is that I am so busy through the day. I have not even had a moment to realize how tired I am.
It's day 2. Oh my gosh, we made it. Let's talk about last night as I fill in my chart for today. So yesterday I did achieve all of my tasks. It only took 14 hours. And I think that is because time management issues. It was mainly the 4 hours of novel writing. I was working on other things in the morning, like you saw me doing all the video stuff in the morning. I think that that took up a lot of time. I think that in a week where I don't have a whole bunch of videos that I'm working on at once and also prepping for a pub trends video, my days will be a lot shorter. I was so motivated this morning though when I got on and I checked the Discord and the like 75 challenge, seeing everyone's progress, seeing everyone fill in their trackers. Some people are going to be joining and starting on the 22nd, the official start day, which is really exciting. And like I was just so motivated this morning by seeing you guys just being in there cheering each other on, like, you know, talking about how you're just smashing your goals on the first day, and it was so fun. So yeah, thank you for that, because I definitely needed that little pickup. I'm a little sore from the workout yesterday, mainly surprisingly my biceps. Usually it's my chest that gets the sorest when I lift weights, but yeah, it's the biceps this morning. Today is leg day, so not pumped for that. I think in general I'm also just the type of person that gets more sore than normal folks. I don't know, genetically or whatever. I just get sore and stay sore longer. But yeah, everything went well. Getting out of bed yesterday was good. Clocking on at 8:15 was good. We already talked about the 4 hours of doing the novel work, how I need to get that done earlier in the day. We've learned our lesson. The 20-minute walk was good. I did that straight after my workout. The 1 carb eating diet thing that I'm doing, that went really well too. In fact, I had like a 0 carb day. I didn't have like a true bread, pasta, potato, anything like that all day actually. So it was just like meats, cheeses, vegetables. So very happy about that. I think by the end of the night I drank like 7 bottles of water, and that didn't include my tea or my coffee. So I quit tracking after I hit my goal. I was like, I'm good. Yeah, I vlogged. I read my 10 pages of my nonfiction book, and the only one that I really struggled with was that I really wanted to snack before bed, but I did it, you guys. It was so hard, but I did not. I'm so proud of myself. So anyway, so for today, Project Pyro, obviously. Keep vlogging this video, so I don't think that'll take up too much time. Oh, but I do want to edit the video that I filmed yesterday. Since my brain is not awake, I haven't had coffee yet. I think I might do a little bit of either editing or something else small before I jump into writing, but we're definitely not putting it off. We're not putting it off. All right, so I've got my music that I've had for this entire book set up, so it really is gonna set the vibes. But I did want to update you. I don't think I told you about where I got yesterday in my novel, nor do I know if I've told you what it's about. Sorry if you've heard this 1,000 times, but I always just think like if there's someone new who's never seen the videos before, they don't know what I'm working on. So the book that I'm working on is a YA thriller. Right now I'm code naming it Project Pyro because it doesn't have a real name. That's mainly because my main character is kind of an undiagnosed pyromaniac. It takes place in Appalachia, and it is about a girl from like low income, bad situation who gets invited to this really prestigious boarding school. She doesn't really know why. When she gets there, girls start disappearing, and she thinks it might have something to do with the disappearance of her older sister years ago. Last night, I was working on the last chapter of Act 2 going into Act 3, and what I actually ended up doing was I ended up splitting the chapter. It was getting really long. This chapter in particular is a huge one. It's a massive one. It's where the main character and the reader both finally find out what is happening in the school. Like, we get proof, and it all is laid out on the table. And I wanted to make sure I hit all of the beats, and also like making sure that the words that I was choosing themselves were the best for the scene, that the flow and the cadence of the words were in the most dramatic way possible to like elicit this dun 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 moment. So yeah, it was a big chapter. So I ended up splitting it in half, and the first half I finished, and then the second half I'm like halfway through. Okay, 2 hours, 36 minutes in. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of a break because I finished that chapter as well. I feel great about it. And I'm really glad I split them because this new chapter was 2,000 words by itself. And I think the other one was like 25, so 2,500. So I'm glad that I went ahead and did this. I think I'm happy with how it's turning out. Again, it's one of those things where you get in there and it's like the forest for the trees. I'm like, oh, is this book actually bad? But I know I will reread it and I will be in a much better headspace when I do, because I do this every single time. But I want to take a bit of a break and go, you know, just move my body for a second. My walk is done, so let's go ahead and mark this off. I get such a little high marking these off, like woohoo. Oh my gosh, but that walk got me so sweaty. It was so funny. I was like, dang, it's only a 20-minute walk. Like, I usually do like 3 miles like for a workout. This is nothing. Why am I so hot? And then I looked and my treadmill was in the incline phase, and I was like, oh, that's why. All right, let me go get cleaned up, and then yeah, we're gonna get right back into writing because it is 12:32 and I want to get this done before my workout. Sorry, I feel like this vlog would be very boring because I keep updating in the same angles of this house. But you know what? That's what this entire week is gonna be, is me doing the same things in the same places. So buckle up, Boy Scout. But I paused this. I have 46 minutes left to go. My husband actually came home, so he's waiting on me to get finished so that we can work out. And yeah, I mean, I did pretty good. We've got 46 minutes, so I almost made it to where I can get all my writing done before he comes home and we need to work out. I don't know, maybe tomorrow I'll start trying to write exactly at like 9. You know what? It's like
we're just changing habits. We can see what works for me. Maybe tomorrow I'll get up and the first thing I'll do is write and see how that works for me in my schedule. And now I'm in this chapter in Act 3. The last one was like so intense and so serious and so dark. And this one is like, I'm describing her homecoming dress and like they're going to like a little dance. Her sidekick character is like going as her date and he's like giving her a little like flower, except she's not a flower girl. So he's giving her a carnivorous plant as a flower, and I'm like, this is so cute. So I'm actually having a lot of fun with this. It feels very different getting to describe like a dress and a dance scene, and yeah, so it's good that that was kind of invigorating. But what I was thinking, and tell me what you guys think about this because I'm always wanting your opinions, on the days that I'm just feeling really burnt out, because 4 hours of writing a day is, you know, quite a bit, and I'm sure there will be times when I'm just like, oh my gosh, my creative juices are just sapped. I was thinking I would switch between projects and hopefully feel reinvigorated. Well, I couldn't do it in time. I have 22 minutes left and the dogs wouldn't leave me alone. They just want dinner. They want to go to the bathroom. I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll get everybody ready and then I'll work out. And then I guess we'll do like a 22-minute writing sprint after I get out of the shower. Well, here's the pre-leg day fit. So pray for me. Did so good. So it is now 6:47. Still a little bit later than I would have liked to have finished, you know, but it was only a 20-minute sprint, so not so bad. And I finished half of one chapter, started the next one, finished half of that, and I did a little excerpt in the end. The excerpt was like 50 words, but still, today was a big day. I kind of worked out of order too, like I was skipping over some description bits to kind of get to like the meat or the dialogue because that was easier for me to do. I did that skipping around. I revised a total of 2,708 words today. Good morning, it's day 3. Let's talk about it. It was really hard getting up this morning. Like, I'm the most tired I've been. I'm the most sore that I've been. I'm definitely feeling a little unmotivated to write today. This is the hump you have to get into. It's not day 1 that's the hardest. It's literally like day 2, 3, 4 that's the hardest. 5, you get into the flow and like you're good to go. You know what I mean? I was struggling so bad last night though with not eating. I was so hungry, and I think it might be my fault too because I don't think that I ate enough to counterbalance how much energy I was spending doing my walk and my leg day. I'm just still in an adjusting period, but I survived. I decided just to go to bed because I was like, maybe if I sleep I can get some distance from my stomach. We need a break. Today I am gonna try to go straight into writing first thing, see how it goes. I don't feel motivated, and that might be also just like, you know, I've written 8 hours the past 2 days. Or it might be that I feel like I'm not creatively inclined this early in the morning. I feel like my creative juices hit around like 10:30. So from like 10 to 3, I'm like really on it. It's almost clock on time. It's 8:08, so I got till 8:15. All right, I have stopped. I have an hour and 20 minutes left, basically, and it is 2 o'clock. I swear I started at what, like 8:30 writing. It is so hard to write for 4 hours a day. Why is it so hard? I just want to be at the place, where I'm done working by 3 p.m. Is that so much to ask? But it's so much. It's like every 35-ish minutes, I need a break. I need to get up and move or walk or check my phone or do something for at least like 15 minutes to like reset myself so that I can come back and be creative all over again. And I don't know, I'm feeling very strapped for time even though I started early. Now, in reality, I mean, I have until I go to bed tonight and it's only 2. So it's not like I'm really struggling getting the goal done. I'm struggling getting the goal done before I work out. And maybe I just need to change the way I'm looking at that and allow myself to finish my writing after my workout and have that be my new schedule and it be fine. So I think I'll feel better once I just restructure how I'm thinking about all this. It's okay that I can't just sit down at 8 a.m. and write for 4 hours continuously and get it done. I made it, you guys. I didn't think it was gonna happen. That was rough. Oh my gosh. It is before my workout though, so I made it. But boy, did I feel like I was like
crunched for time. I just can't draft 4 hours straight. I need little breaks in between. So it's making me think of ways that I can accomplish this. Like apparently every day we're trying a new thing, right? Like the first day I kind of wrote when I wanted to, ended up writing till 9:30. The second day started a bit earlier, only had a 20-minute sprint to do after my workout. Third day, got it all done before the workout, but like pulling teeth. The last like 16 minutes, I was just trying to find placeholders and fill them in and do whatever I could just to run the clock down, but keep working. Good morning. Let's chat while I make my breakfast. So today it was easier to wake up than it was yesterday. Yesterday was the hardest. Today wasn't too bad. In fact, I woke up before my alarm and I just kind of luxuriously rolled around in bed for a minute. I am still pretty sore from leg day. However, luckily today is just upper body, and my upper body isn't sore the way my lower body is. So I feel like I can handle the workout. But let's reflect on yesterday. As you guys saw, I was kind of feeling very crunched for time yesterday. I felt like every single moment of my day was regimented and I had to hurry up and get it all done before my workout so I could just relax. And I think that's because I just didn't realize how long it would take me to get 4 hours of writing in. It wasn't, in fact, 4 hours. So my thinking was, okay, what am I gonna do about this goal? Because I'm very uncomfortable with it right now. I can do it. I have done it every day the past 3 days, but I've not ended the day being like, oh, I'm so mentally healthy and feeling refreshed. So to me, that means not giving up. It just means thinking about how I can tackle these goals better, and or if I can't tackle them better, how they are, restructuring the goal. Last night I made myself a little, I just opened a Google Doc and I just like started asking myself questions and answering them. I was like, how are you feeling? Why are you feeling this way about this goal? Below, brainstorm some ways that we can maybe make it better. And I did that. I was like, okay, I feel way too crunched for time to get this writing goal in before my workout. Reasonably to me, it just seems like it should be able to be done really easily, right? Like I'm waking up at 7. I don't work out till 4. That's about like 6-7 hours in there. It's like, why can't you get 4 hours of writing in there? The answer is because I'm not a machine. I have to get up and move and go to the bathroom and eat food and like occasionally look away from my screen to just like reset my mind for a hot second, which I never put in my calculations, which is the problem in the first place. So anyway, I was like, okay, you can get up earlier. That's the first thing you can do. If you want to, instead of clocking on at 8:15, clock on at 7:15. Option 2 was to keep doing what I'm doing, but we kind of like are more mindful of the breaks we're doing and what we're doing in those breaks. I don't want to get in a cycle where I mean to sit down and just take a 10-15 minute break and then I get in like a scrolling cycle where all of a sudden like 30-35 minutes has passed and I'm like, oh crap, like I need to get back to writing, which I think is what happened a bit yesterday. And then my third idea that I could try was to do more regimented sprints and breaks. Like what if I, instead of writing until I felt like I needed a break and then just like, you know, getting sucked into a scroll or whatever, I do regimented 45-15s, like 45 minutes of writing, 15 minutes, do whatever you want. You can scroll if you want, you can watch a video if you want, whatever. It's just like when those 15 minutes are up, you're back to writing. So I did some math and I figured out that if I did that regimented 45-15, it's gonna take 5 sessions of that, which is 5 hours. And then the last hour, the 6th hour, would just be a 20-minute sprint and then I would be done. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I can try that. And if I clock on at 8 and I keep that up, then I am done by 2 p.m. The only thing I haven't been able to figure out is when I'm fitting in admin. Obviously I could fit in admin after I get done at 2 p.m. Sometimes Brian is home at 2:30 or 3 o'clock and he's, you know, he's home and I'm like, okay, I want to work out as soon as he gets home. Cause like I want him to keep the momentum up too with his challenge. And I feel like if he gets home and he gets settled, he's gonna get sleepy, he's gonna want to take a nap and then he's not gonna want to work out. And I'm like, no, we gotta stay on it. It's like, okay, what am I gonna do? Like 30 minutes of admin? Like that's not gonna cover like filming, editing, uploading a YouTube video on top of all my comments and stuff. So I don't have that part figured out, but it might be one of those things where it's just like for this challenge, it's just fitting in YouTube wherever I can. We're still working through the kinks. It's only day 4. You can always adjust. So I'm gonna keep ruminating on all of this. I'm doing it. I'm in it. I'm not giving up. And also I have to remind myself, like, I don't feel like most people in their workday at like 2:30, 3 o'clock. You know what I mean? So I am trying to make a full 8-hour workday happen so early in the morning, and it's just like, calm down. Most people don't get off work until like 5 or 6 p.m. Anyway, I feel like this has been a long enough ramble, so I'm I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna get started on something. Oh, and one last thing I wanted to mention was that if none of these little trial ideas to fix my problem work, then I will consider revising my goal, maybe taking it down from 4 hours to 3 hours. I don't want to give up. I don't want to like drop the goal, and I definitely don't want to like drop the challenge. In the beginning, like I really wanted to pick these goals intentionally, being something that I could do, but have them be not only something that I can achieve, I want them to be something that I enjoy achieving while still being a challenge. Like every moment of this does not have to be super fun, but overall I don't want to get to a point where I feel like I'm gonna burn out. You know, taking a break from the actual revision process to sit down and do some timeline work, which is something that I knew that I needed to do for a while with this story. Something I was just gonna do, you know, after I finish this draft and into revision. But doing this, breaking it up, makes me feel better. Like I don't feel like burnt out, like I've just been sitting there slogging through chapters for 4 hours. I have created, years ago actually, it's dated November 15th, 2020. I made myself a little calendar of the 3 months that this book is going to span, and I just went through and I changed some things around in the first part of Act 2 to condense some things, and that kind of like made my timeline wonky. And this is a very timeline sensitive book because I have so many little excerpts that are flashing forward in the story to kind of foreshadow things that are going to happen later, and so a lot of the pieces are told out of order, which is complex. I've never done anything like this before, but I hope it really pays off and is really cool in the end and increases tension in a fun way. So I just remarked where everything was going, where everything moved. Anyways, I'm really glad I did that. I feel a lot better going forward knowing that everything isn't so messy. Day 4 workout fit, day 4 workout weights, day 4 workout program. All right, workout done, walk done. Only 13 minutes left of writing left to do today. And look at this delicious meal we're about to eat. Ramen on one side, pho on the other. Ooh, I feel like this is gonna spiritually heal me. Good morning, it's Friday. Let's do a little bit of a kiki before we get started. I don't know why I was freaking out so bad yesterday about everything. I don't know, I think it's just a lot of change and I'm like, I have to find a way to make things work. When in reality, I didn't start writing until like 11:30 yesterday, and I was totally fine. Like I had an hour of work to do after my workout and it was fine. I did it. It is hard though. The last hour of this challenge, it doesn't matter if I start at like 8 a.m. or I start later. The last hour is always really hard because I just feel done. But I think that proves that this is a very good challenge because I'm still able to do it by the end of the day and come up the next morning and do it all over again. And I don't necessarily feel burnt out, but I feel very, very challenged. It's hard. This is definitely not easy. I'm thinking today is going to be kind of similar because on my to-do list I need to prep my planner for next week, get everything scheduled out. I usually try to answer all my YouTube comments within like 2 to 3 days of posting a video, so I'm like a week behind on my last video, so I need to get to all of those comments. This is going to be my last day of vlogging until Monday when I check in with you and kind of let you know like how my full week went overall and do a little recap. So I gotta make sure I vlog today, and then yeah, my 4 hours of writing. I gotta hit all my other tasks too. I'm so tired. Today is also my last workout of the week. I'm very happy for that. My body has been sore since day 1, and today is a leg day. So the way that Dig Deeper is set up, you have 2 upper body days, 2 lower body days, and 1 full body day. But I am really excited by the end of the week to kind of get back on my little body analyzer scale, hello, just to see where my muscle mass is at. I think that will be really fun. I mean, I'm not expecting to like have grown like a pound of muscle overnight, but even like a 0.1% increase would be really exciting. One thing I'm definitely noticing so far is that with all of these tasks, I do not have as much time to read throughout the day. I still have my nonfiction challenge of 10 pages a day, but I'm not considering that like, it's not hobby reading to me. Nonfiction reading is like personal development, whereas hobby reading for me, fiction, genre fiction, things like that, that's like a refill of the well. So I kind of miss reading. On average, I'm reading like 9 books a month. So the fact that I've only gotten 1 in this whole month is just blowing my mind. So I have 5 minutes before I need to clock on and get something started. So I'm gonna finish my coffee and do that. But thanks for just hanging out and having a morning coffee with me. Okay, comments done. I also went ahead and put together my planner for next week. Nice little summary theme, so that is also done. And now it is 11:30 and it's time to get to writing, and I'm just gonna sit over there on the couch and bang it out. Okay, quick little check-in. An hour, 49 minutes left. We're doing really well. It's, let's see, it's almost 3 o'clock. I'll probably end up finishing this up after my workout, after dinner, after my shower tonight. But you guys, I didn't work on Project Pyro. I ended up deciding, just because it's Friday, I'm tired. I've been working 4 hours straight all week. Last month I came up with this middle grade option idea. In my Bitter Bones contract, I have an option clause, which just means that my next middle grade novel, Scholastic, gets to see before anybody else does. And I kind of came up with an idea that I thought would be fun to maybe pitch to them, see if they wanted. Now, I don't know when we would be pitching. I mean, Bitter Bones doesn't even come out until fall of next year, and usually around that time is when you pitch your next novel, so I have plenty of time. But it was just an idea. I was like, oh, that might be kind of fun to play with. So I wrote it down in a Google Doc, and then I just kind of let it sit there. And today I was like, you know what? It might be nice to just pull this out and do a little bit more brainstorming with it, because I was having so much fun with the idea. So that's what I did. So for basically 2 hours, I just brainstormed the characters and the plots and all of the funny antics that could happen. Of course, twists, because I love a good twist in a novel. I love multiple twists in a novel, and I was kind of figuring out each of those. I want each of my main characters to have a secret, and yeah, just doing a lot of fun world building stuff. So that was 2 hours, and I was having a wonderful time. But these last 2, I really need to focus on Project Pyro. I just feel like if I'm just doing one project for this whole 75 days, 4 hours a day, I'm gonna get burnt out, and I'm going to just, yeah, it won't be good. And you know the routine by now. I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna have dinner, I am gonna shower, and I will sit over there, finish my hour count for the day, read my nonfiction, relax, and be done for the night. Ready?
Let's do it.
Last workout of the week. Let's go. Okay.
Chest bump. Let's go.
Break my neck on
Okay,
camera.
fine. Come on.
Oh my god.
You come to me. Come to me.
Okay, ready?
Come on, ready? What the heck was that?
We survived week 1 down, baby. And then I do a little wrap up here, just kind of reflect for a moment on how the first week went. Honestly, besides my little midweek crash out where I was like so stressed about hitting my hours and how I was gonna make this work for my life and stuff, it was a great week. It honestly was. And like hindsight, I was like freaking out over nothing. I think it was just change happening, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get everything done by this point. Like, no, it's all good. It's all good. If I have to write past my workout, past dinner, it's not gonna kill me. I want to take a minute to reflect on each of my goals here. So out of bed by 7 a.m. has been wonderful. I think the hardest day for me was the 3rd day, but after that, my body was starting to get used to it. I also have more time in my bedroom with sunlight now, because this is a north-facing window, and it's a window that's very close to the ground, so it just gets like a sliver of sun. And the best lighting in here is between 8 and 9, and so, you know, I've got all of this right now, and it's so nice. I can just have my coffee in here. I start my day in here at my standing desk now, which is great. So I'm really liking that, and man, by like 9:15, I'm ready to get in bed. I'm ready to turn my audiobook on. I'm ready to get to sleep. Clocking on by 8:15 has been good too. Most days I'm actually clocking on beforehand, since I am getting up at 7. 7:30 rolls around, and I'm like, okay, I've got all my morning routine stuff done. Do I want to go ahead and start to work, or do I want to take a more leisurely morning, have a cup of coffee, sit down, listen to an audiobook, or catch up on, you know, some friends stuff online? And so it's nice to have that option. 4 hours on novel writing, reflection time. Okay, first of all, it is a true challenge. Like, this is not an easy goal. It is not impossible, as I have proved to myself this past week, but it is definitely a challenge, and I'm very happy with the level that it's at. I don't feel like it's something that's completely unaccomplishable for 75 days, but I also don't feel like it's like my water goal or something that I'm just like breezing through because it's normal for me or whatever. As you've seen over the course of this video, I was Pikachu face over the fact that it does take me more than a 4-hour span to write 4 hours in a novel. So that was definitely a learning curve that I kind of figure out as we went along. And I do think that switching projects is going to be what makes the difference with this challenge. I don't think that working on my thriller 4 hours 5 days a week is going to be doable without burnout. Maybe I will do something more stringent. Like I'll be like, okay, my last hour of the day I am working on a different story, this book. Or maybe it'll just be like how I feel for the day. Maybe I'll be like, you know what, if I feel super burned out after an hour of Project Pyro, I'll work 3 hours on something else. I hope that doesn't happen because I really want to finish this book, but it's kind of like whatever I need to do to hit this goal, I think is good, because overall the 4 hour a day goal is to eventually get me into the habit of normally, naturally wanting to write or being able to write for this long, even past the challenge when we're back to normal life.
Editing Lindsay popping in here to say, I also wanted to talk about like my wrap up of the actual work that I did. I completed 4 chapters in 1 week of revisions with Project Pyro. I brainstormed a lot with a potential option for my middle grade, and that was a lot, and I didn't mention it in the video. Normally I would complete a chapter and a half. I quadrupled that, so that's really freaking cool.
The 20-minute walk. This one is a really easy, just like a feel-good check off for me. Before I started this program, I was doing 3-mile walks a week, and so 20 minutes is nothing. We'll go ahead and hit the water goal while we're here. This is another one that has been really easy for me to hit. It's been really nice keeping track of how much water I'm drinking though, because I was actually wrong in how much I'm drinking. I'm drinking even more than I thought I was. Each of these bottles is 24 ounces, and I found that I'm drinking easily 6 of those a day, and then I usually have at least 1 mug of coffee. I don't put anything in it, so it counts towards my water, and that's 12 ounces. And at the end of the night I end off with another mug, and that's usually some chamomile or some peppermint tea. So I'm actually consuming 168 ounces of water, and I thought I was just doing 120. And honestly, this feels really good for my body, so I'm not going to change anything with it. I mean, with me doing some intense 5-day-a-week weightlifting and then a walk every day, like it feels like what I need. So I'm feeling good with that. Not going to change anything there. The workouts again are feeling good. There was one day, I don't remember which one it was, there was one day where it was like really a struggle, like I did not feel like doing it, but I mean, I got out there, I did it anyway. It is nice because my husband's doing the program with me, so I have a little bit of accountability. When I don't want to do it, he's like, hey, like I don't ever want to do it, but you make me do it. So today, when you don't feel like doing it, I'm gonna make you do it. And then going into diet, that went pretty well this week as well. I was able to stick with my 1 carb day diet, and in fact 4 of the 7 days I did 0 carbs, where I just didn't have any servings of bread, rice, pasta, potatoes, anything like that. Some weeks for me, I think this is going to be more of a struggle than other weeks. This week was really easy because we just had a lot of veggie heavy meals in the house. We cooked twice, and then we just had so many leftovers that we were eating on those all week. So we had stuffed peppers at the beginning of the week, and then we had homemade ramen at the end, both very veggie heavy, and when I'm focusing on getting in all of the veggies, I don't have room for the carbohydrates, or at least what I consider like true carbs, like the rice, the pasta, whatever. I'm still eating carbs. Like I ate a ton of peppers this week, which has a ton of carbohydrates, and like I have mandarin oranges for lunch almost every day. I'm just staying away from the food that I know I binge and eat too much of, and so that was kind of the idea there. The no eating after 8 p.m. besides the writing goal was honestly the hardest, because I have just trained my body to like naturally eat like an hour or so before bed. It's like I have to go to bed with like a full stomach or else I can't sleep, and breaking that habit has been really difficult. Besides on the days where we ate dinner kind of late around 7 p.m, the other days were really hard. Like there was one day where I was up a good portion of the night, just not able to sleep because my stomach was growling. So that was a struggle. It's gonna probably continue being one of my largest struggles, but hey, eventually we will get used to it. Kind of wrapping up the health, exercise, and diet section, we can look at the changes in my weight on my body analyzer scale here. In the top right corner is the body fat percentage, and you can see that went down a little bit, and the muscle mass, which is the bottom middle, went up. That's really exciting to me because if in the first week I'm gaining 0.2% of muscle, and this program is what, 11 weeks long? I can't do that math in my head, but I think that's over 2% total increased muscle mass that I will have, which is so cool that if I keep up this rate, I can have that at the end of this. Anyway, I'm really happy. Shoot, the air conditioning's turning on. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep going regardless. It's just gonna be annoying, but I'm really happy with this. I love seeing the muscle mass grow, and the great thing is I get to eat a lot while I'm doing this program because you need calories to get muscle mass. I was able to get these results, and I had a bunch of stuff from Crumble. I had 2 mini cookies from Crumble over the week, and I had the berry trifle from Crumble. So I had 3 desserts this week and 2 bowls of ramen with full noodles, and like, you know, I'm eating a lot, I'm feeling good about what I'm eating, and I'm still getting muscle growth and apparently fat loss too, a little bit. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy with what I've figured out here body-wise. My last 2 goals to reflect on: 10 pages of my nonfiction book. This is working so far. I'm actually learning quite a bit. I'm sharing all my annoying knowledge with everyone that I come in contact with. And like, did you know that like natural sunscreen grows on aspen trees and you can just rub the bark on your body and you're protected? Isn't that amazing, Wiener? And then my daily vlogging. It has been really easy because I've been making this vlog the first week. But going forward from here, it's just gonna be little sit-down reflection videos, probably in the morning, reflecting on the night before. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that if you're doing your own challenge, like you found this motivating, or maybe you just saw this and you're like, oh yeah, I wanna do that too. Like, I hope this really inspires you to make positive changes for your life, whether that's like health stuff, work stuff, writing stuff, like whatever you wanna do. Just know like you're always supported on this channel. If you'd like to start your own challenge, make sure you tell me about it. If you want a Discord community that's going to cheer you on, you can join the Patreon. And I mean, either way, I'm just happy to see you here. Leave me a comment, tell me how your week is going. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.